So I'm trying to do a harbor tour. And he's recording. This is right down by the harbor. Got here just in time to board this ship and see how that goes. Map of the harbor. Down there. That's the Erasmus Bridge, the Erasmus Brug. Famous bridge, an engineering marvel of its time. I don't know why people don't want to sit up front, but I'm sitting up front, so maybe it's too windy here or something. We'll find out. So this is the Spido, the harbor tour, the Havenrandvaart. I'm sure that my dad was on one of these boats or an earlier version of it. Recognize that he was standing on the stern in his pictures. On the stern. I know the back is the stern. But, let's see. Back at the apartment because this isn't fun for her, and so we did Gouda this morning. And kind of wore us both out, but I figured I could do this because I don't have to walk too much. Back here again, you see the Erasmus Bridge. Yeah, boy, beautiful city. For me, this is now really one of my favorite places so far. Of course, this is Rotterdam, so we're very close to Den Haag and Haarlem in the next few days. Alright, brain cramp over. I just heard it again. That's the Euromast. I don't know if we're going to take a tour of that or not. Let's see. Euromast. Listening to the recorded tour information. The American pilgrims who had spent time in Leiden left for America here through Delft Haven, not precisely in Rotterdam, but really close by. So this is the harbor from Delft. Delft and Leiden are not too far apart because they got tired of being told that they should speak Dutch and become Calvinists. They didn't like that. You see, it probably really is why it's called the busiest harbor in Europe, one of the busiest in the world. It's huge. I don't know where we're going now. Windy up here.
There's no such thing as can't. The photogenic installations of vessels such as
Yep, it looks like a parish. some kind of sail, those long white pillars on this ship. See them turning. What they're turning to do, I'm not sure. So Dad stood on the bow of the ship at some point, stern of the ship. The ship like it. Picture like this with the flag in the background. So I figured I better try to recreate it. So I don't know who took his photograph, but yeah, think about it.
Die tijd is voorbij. De voormalige dokken, een rijksmonument, vormen nu opnieuw een innovatie-hotspot. Onderwijs, overheid, kennisinstellingen en ondernemingen maken hier gebruik van elkaars maritieme kennis. De unieke blauwe travellift hijst de patrouillevaartuigen van de Port of Rotterdam snel het water uit om ze vervolgens te onderhouden. Het was de Waalhaven die sterk bijdroeg aan dit logistieke succes, dat zich inmiddels met de Maasvlakte uitstrekt tot in de Noordzee.
Deshalb beschloss man, den Waalhafen zu realisieren, der nach 115 Jahren immer noch das größte gegrabene Hafenbecken der Welt.
There's the bow of the Rotterdam. I believe it's a twin ship of the New Amsterdam that we sailed on in 1956. And these ships went to South Africa, all the places the Dutch people migrated to. Why we're going around it, but that's cool.
Tussen 1958 en 1972 tussen Rotterdam en New York. Op de SS Rotterdam bevinden zich tegenwoordig een hotel, een restaurant, een wijnbar en een prachtig ludodek met terras en zwembad.
Der Maashafen, einst der wichtigste Getreidehafen Europas, ist jetzt der Heimathafen der SS.
The Maashaven, once the most important back and forth between Rotterdam and New York from 1958 to 1972. Today, visitors to the SS Rotterdam will find a hotel, restaurant, wine bar and beautiful lido deck with patio seating and a swimming pool on board.
Le Maashaven, le port de la Meuse, autrefois le port céréalier de l'Europe, a transformé en un confortable et attrayant quartier. La ville y a ensuite construit un quartier hôtelier avec un Chinatown qui était le plus grand d'Europe. Les bars de marins et des maisons closes.
That's the old headquarters from the Holland America line. You know, there's a hotel here or something. Off to the left here is the Erasmus Bridge again.
Two eye-catching buildings stand at the mouth of the Waalhaven, the Phoenix Museum of Migrants and Hotel New York. They share a common history crossings from the building that now houses the Hotel New York.
I don't know which is the Hotel New York. Might be that one. I'll have to look it up. But that's the old Holland America headquarters right there. And I think Mom and Dad probably would have boarded ship on this side of the island, on this side of the harbor. Alright, I've managed to make a train ride to the big market, sorry. Only made one wrong step again as usual. And so this is famous market. And so we'll take a little tour over here. Over here on the left you see all the bikes that are stacked up here forever, or into infinity I guess. It's a very strange structure. Kind of remind you of Las Vegas. So this is a marketplace. I'm supposed to remind you of the historic places. And there we go, and pan up a bit. Alright, I'm in the market hall. Pan up there a bit, you can see the ceiling. So it's not like the place in Las Vegas so much. At least not now. If it lights up, I'm unaware of it. Spencer, right? Wow, nice. Very interesting. So turn around, trying to get out of the mark. Seen the mark. Looks like a lot of really good things to eat, as usual. Because I'm not hungry, but. Cheese. More liquor wursts. Selfie mode in the market. Oh, taking a little adventure on the metro. Dijkzicht. It's the stuff I wanted to try and get to, but it's not the stuff I need to use. I need to get to back home, which is Burrs, so I can take D or E back. I don't know if I've recorded this or not. This is the street where the Airbnb is in Rotterdam. All the restaurants are here. They're very nice, and we've eaten in two of them, a Greek restaurant and a Vietnamese restaurant. I don't think you'll find such a thing as a Dutch restaurant. So anyway, that's how it works here. Well, you can make this thing steadier somehow. You can see it's shocking. Yeah, I don't understand this sculpture at all. People crawling up oil barrels. Such nonsense. But again, I don't know art. So I'm sitting in Rotterdam Central. I'm waiting for Amy, my tutor that lives not far from Rotterdam. And this is the place we're supposed to meet, and I'm a bit early because it's better just to have a few minutes and look around. Eindrachtsplein, that is where the metro station I got off on. I'm waiting for her. I don't know what the name of this other street is, but on the other side of the street there is some kind of a jolly fellow Santa Claus. I don't know who he is. Could be Santa Claus holding a dildo. I don't know what he's doing. Well, this is obviously just a pond. I don't think no canal runs through here, and the subway runs right under it. So, so just on a nice, pretty part of the city. On this side of the street, of course, is some old buildings, older, really old for the Netherlands, as they were destroyed during the war. Well, I'm going to assume that this is a Santa Claus with a bell and a dildo or a butt plug. It's mystifying. So next to the butt plug Santa Claus is a cow and some flowers. Flower stand. Quite mystified by the whole butt plug Santa thing. Is it opnemen? It's recording this. So now. Hello.
Oh, het is een video. Hey.
Het is een video, ja. Het is een video.
Eindelijk, in levende lijven.
Ja, mijn beste lerares.
Oh ja, beter dan de andere?
Oh ja, veel beter. Je moet niet vertellen. Dat is een geheim.
Zeg niks.
And so this camera is what do you say? Technical. It's an amazing piece of technology.
Echt super makkelijk, heel klein.
Heel
ja,
klein. En het
goed
zit
beeld.
in mijn zaak
Ja.
altijd. En een heel goed beeld, 4K camera en alles.
En kun je alleen filmen of ook foto's maken?
Yeah, you can photos. Maar kijk eens naar het. And then,
Oh ja.
then you can do so. And you can do so. You see, and it holds still.
Nice.
So nice. So yeah, ik heb 5 minutes. Okay, I'm sitting in this free library in Rotterdam, the central stad, and all the books here are free. You can pick as what you want. You can't pick it unlimited, but you can take 5 or 6 different kinds. And so very interesting, lots of books. I can't take any with me, but it's really great to see such a bookstore where books are free, so everybody can have access to books. So this is the beginning of the tour. We're down below on deck D or something. We're going to go visit the engine rooms first.
Hebben ze toen ook gegeten, maar die moesten zo nog toen kaarten voor voetbalwedstrijd. Kort ook toen de tijd.
Alright, we're beginning the tour. This is the inside pool that they said is usually was primarily used by women.
Ich spreche auch ein bisschen Deutsch, spreche Deutsch. Deutsch ist okay, Englisch ist okay. Ja, Nederlands is okay. English. English. Itself was expensive to make, and also when there was bad weather, the half of the swimming pool was over to the boarding, which was expensive as well. So that's the reason why we used seawater, and we could also lower the level of the swimming pool. Because of that reason that all the water came out when it was heavy weather. And we could
So the swim bath was held seawater that was warm to about 72 degrees. It was very comfortable, and they had to drain it if the water seas were heavy. Otherwise the pool would slosh out.
Over en uit. We cannot go there, unfortunately. But that part was mainly for storing food, freezing stuff, etc. So yeah, a lot of drinking, of course, because people drank a lot on board, beer, wine, champagne, etc. And for that reason, we have special pipelines, meaning that this pipeline is for the beer. For the wine, and the lower one is champagne. It's a little bit corroded. So we had 3 separate pipelines for all the stuff. Okay. Which is not true, of course.
Oh, ik
Actually, it is, but the engine room itself has compartment with its own functionality. So this compartment is the electricity plant. So here, use of steam. By use of steam, we could generate power, electricity. Simply said, we have 4 generator streets, and each could generate 1,350 kilowatts of power, which in total.
Oh, these are steam electric generators. They generate enough power for a small town of 10,000, a couple of kilowatts. He said I didn't catch it. So these again, just the steam generators, electric generators. It's been hell of a noisy down here. I am now the tour guide. Everybody this way, please. Why are you still back there?
Nee, dat was iets. So this is the panel for managing all the steam that's coming from out of the cattle house to all the turbines. And so what you see behind you are all the turbines per X. So per X you see 5 turbines, one on starboard, one on port. And these
So this is supposed to be a berth. I don't think the berth was actually here, but it looks like this. And a shower washroom. It's a communal washroom. So this is the main dining area of the ship. It's also, like I said, a hotel. So we're sitting outside. I'll get there in a second. Outside dining. Not too expensive here. I think it'd be a little worse. Sign said you can order out here using the QR code, and the pool, of course, has been filled in. So the harbor tour yesterday was on that side. Here you see the Euromast again. And down below us is the famous Wilhelmina Park. I don't know if we'll get down there or not. And downtown Rotterdam over there. Yikes. Okay, here we go.
Is this all the wood that would have been grown here in the Netherlands?
No.
So it's from all over the world?
Yep.
Because looking at mahogany, I think.
So the room goes back further this way?
Yeah, then we go this way.
Or this way?
This is the glass that's just fascinating.
So we're on the bow of the ship, heading on the way to the bridge. That guy's there, he's making sure I don't steal anything. Okay, these are the lifeboats. I don't think we'll need them today. Might need them. The tourist just went up those stairs. She's really tired. Okay, we're ready to captain the ship out of the harbor. Full ahead.
Yeah. And that was the first one, so you can this belongs to you as well. So you can see the lines we're going out.
It's hot. The tourist is getting hot.
You been to the edge room or not?
Not yet.
No, you going yet?
Yeah.
Okay, because they will see this below.
Let's see if we can look down below there. See the water taxis coming right onto the deck there. Chose not to take that route. Lost the tourist again. Good morning here. It's Friday, the third, about 10 a.m. We're up and running. Just want to give you a little talk, a little vlog, if you will, over how it's going here, what we're going to be doing. So, like I said, it's a Friday today. It's going to be raining most of the day. Let me come forward a little bit, too far back. And so I worn out the tourist again. She says, I'm not going anywhere today.
It's raining.
It's raining and your feet hurt. So I just wanted to give Jalen a minute to talk about what she's doing, how she's feeling, how she's enjoyed it or not enjoyed it. Your turn. My special guest, the tourist.
It's been interesting going to the different cities. Some of them, have they been villages or just cities?
Dorps. The Dutch word for a village is a dorp.
Okay. Anyway, and the architecture, the different streets. Watch out for the bicyclists. They'll run you over.
All the time. You're constantly in danger from being run over by all kinds of things. Even when we were up in Groningen and I was walking with Florian, I don't think you were with us, but he's very much aware of the danger of the bicyclists. And the bicyclists have their own little path. It's not on the road. It's very separate. They have their own traffic lights.
Don't walk in their path.
And they have the right of way. And Florian stepped into this busy street. They had the stoplight. The bikes were supposed to stop. And a motorized brome feet's a little tiny. He says electric. I think it was a gas. But anyway, he damn near hit him. And he's like, that's never happened before. He said, oh, they're trying to kill me. I expect to be killed. But yeah, no way to escape the danger. And there are no straight roads. You want to ride somewhere in the car, you go.
You better have Google Maps.
Google Maps is an absolute necessity. And I have Google Maps set to be speaking in Dutch, so I'm getting Dutch directions and Dutch street names. And so my assistant driver is always telling me the same thing often in English, and then I get confused because I hear it in two languages, which I cannot do. We don't get lost very far. We had to go around about a time or two. Or yesterday we went over to visit the SS Rotterdam. Google Maps took us down a street that had closed construction, and so we had to do an about face and kind of stuff. But yeah,
we went in a big circle.
It wasn't that long. It took about 5-10 minutes to go down the street and back and make the turn. And we eat here or in the apartments, or sandwiches or leftovers, and
dinner out at night.
Most of the time, but not always. This building here is right downtown in the center. I guess it's kind of close to a center of town. Rotterdam's very big. And the building's in a block with all just many restaurants and stores, so very much a downtown district. It's loud sometimes during the day, and you can hear like loud motorcycles or car races. Sounds like big V8s, but 10 o'clock, it's dead quiet. And then in the morning, you're woken up by some very angry seagulls. And
oh, my turn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Walking, it's interesting going to the smaller villages and seeing more of the traditional housing and the canals. Gouda?
Gouda,
Yeah.
Gouda, Gouda. I don't try this.
Anyway, we went there and went huge city building
The Stadthouse, yeah, the city staircase.
with a big plaza around it and all the shops around it was interesting.
Well, you didn't go into Groningen, did you? Groningen is the same thing. The city building is always in the center of the plaza, and in Groningen, one side is a church and the other side is the city building, but they look like churches. Utrecht too. Well, you didn't walk down in Utrecht either. So yeah.
We went to the house you were born in. We drove past the house that your grandparents lived in, your mom's parents,
Yeah, yeah.
and where your
My Opa and Oma.
your Opa and Oma lived,
and my dad's uncle.
and where Mom Van Bray went to school.
But I walked right down in the big central district. You walked around the outside, and we took the canal ride around it.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that I told Jaylin, she didn't need to pack a hairdryer. Every place has a hairdryer and the necessities. And we get to Utrecht, and there's no hairdryer in this apartment, which is also in an older 1950s built building.
And I'm not going out without my hair.
And I'm just dead tired. And we want to go out in the morning, so I got to deal with this now. So I have to send a message over to the guy that runs the Airbnb, and I go, "Where can I buy a hairdryer?" And he goes, "It's just down into the shopping district. It's named this, and it's a short walk." Well, I don't believe any Dutch person that says it's a short walk, because a short walk minimum is a half hour one way. So I have to walk clear through this mall, find a hairdryer, and bring it back, which took me more than an hour. But no way was I dealing with a very angry lady in the morning whose hairdryer doesn't work.
An 8-minute walk for free parking turned into a 45-minute tour of the city.
Even with Google Maps, walking, not used to how you say the way the navigator works. It tells you to turn right or left, but there may be an alley there. In a car, you kind of turn right away, and walking, you may not turn right away. Or anyway, yeah, I've had an interesting walk about towns because I missed where I was going. And it's all cloudy and there's no shadows. I have no idea what time it is. I'm dead tired. So easy to get lost walking as you first come into any city. But yeah, using Google Maps to walk navigate's a little different than car. So.
And in Rotterdam, we're parked in a parking garage. We're on the 4th floor today that has no elevator working.
So we get back.
It's a hole.
So we get back from touring the Rotterdam, and then we have to park, and then we have to go downstairs, and we're already tired, and it's pretty hot yesterday, so we're just dragging our butts from just coming down the parking complex over here to the apartment. And the apartments are always, it's something quirky in every apartment. In this apartment, I don't know if I did a video, but the toilet is the door, the toilet room, which is different than the shower room in the bedroom. The toilet room's over here. I can't close the door if I have sitting business to do.
I can't close the door.
And light switches are always a mystery. Everywhere we go, there's some light that we go, how the hell do you turn this on or off? Or something is broken, and they just deal with it. And there's not a comfortable couch in the whole country. This couch here, I got 2 pillows behind me. The back is slanted. There, it's like this. So yeah, I can't get comfortable. Finally, I just give up and I just go lay in bed because I can't get comfortable on the couch.
Every bed has been different. Every pillow has been different.
Sure. And this bed in this apartment, she called it the Japanese style bed. So it's like this far off the floor, a little lift, and then a big plank that sticks out for the bed of sharp corners that you can walk into. And the bed is not thick, but it's comfortable. But yeah, it's too low to the ground. It's like you have to do a full body squat to stand up. And after walking all day, I'm too tired for that. Just leave me here, roll me out of bed, and I'll crawl to the bathroom or something. And the kitchen is tiny. I don't remember if I did a tour of this building, but I will if I haven't. I probably did. So anyway, our plan, we have been Utrecht for 4 days or so, then Groningen for 3 or 4 days there. Here at Rotterdam in this one apartment for 5 or 6 days. So it's Friday, we'll stay tonight. Then we'll move not very far to Den Haag, The Hague, which is closer to the beach. And I think the weather will be okay for a few days.
It's supposed to get better.
But we don't mind a nice cool day. There's no air conditioning, so, and the heating system sucks. You prefer it to be a little bit cool than hot, because in this hot apartment here is just miserable.
This building is so old that it is registered heat with hot water. Oh, that's the other thing. Watch out for the hot water in the faucets, because it'll burn your skin off.
Yeah. And high pressure, real high pressure. And the faucets, have been not maintained or something. In every place, the faucets are a little wanky, and then out comes the hot water. And
most of the other buildings, well, all the other buildings we had stayed in, the government came through and offered discount to put in floor heating. So all the other buildings we've been in have had the in-floor heating, where this one's got the register. And the only way you can, it's either on or it's off. There's no in between on this one.
And you have to go into one of a closet here to throw the water valve open. I suppose you could probably turn it half open if you wanted less.
No, she says it's on or off.
On or off, well, anyway. So when we first got here, it was cold, and the bedroom was super cold, and not enough bedding, and I still suffer from body heat problems from the medication and stuff, and it takes 5 hours for the room to come up to temperature to what we're comfortable with. But no Dutch person ever heats the bedrooms. So I said, how do I turn the heat on in the register in the bedroom, because the valve, I didn't want to break it, it felt stuck. She goes, I don't know, I've never turned it on. And the first apartment in Utrecht we came in, the window was open, the whole apartment was just for us super cold. And so we would go to Truus's house, and same thing. Oh no, we always keep our windows in the bedroom open. For summer it's too hot, and for winter we like it cold. And I didn't take a picture of it, but the stairs in both Michael's and Sandra's house and Truus's house are multi-level houses, but the stairs are these tight spirals, and they're not, the steps aren't hardly wide enough to you can stand on it. But you
can get the ball of your feet on there as you go up, and when you come down backwards.
It's very much like being on the ships, up and down.
It was worse than the ship.
And so, and Truus could do it. Truus has an electric lift chair to help her up, but she did it on her own and seemed okay with it. But we had to hold on for dear life. And there are no handrails in Truus's house. She had the handrails taken off for her electric lift. So this scared the shit out of both of us.
That's why I used the rail of the chair for the.
Yeah, you had to reach down for the rail of the chair, but it wasn't like normal anyway. That's very typical in a Dutch house to have these tight. The houses are narrow and deep because you get taxed because of the width of the front and not the square footage of the house. And so people built these deep houses with multi-stories, and that forced them to make these tight spiral staircases. Anyway, for Jalen, it's a down day again. Every other day is a down day. I may go out and get lost in the subways, which I've done a couple times, subways or trains, yesterday we had Amy, my tutor. I met her downtown by the.
I thought it was Amanda.
Amanda. No, it's Amy. Well, it's short. Amanda is her longer name, but Ami is her short name. Amy, Amanda is the same thing. Ami, and she said, meet me by this place. You probably saw the video of the butt plug gnome, and it's supposed to be a Santa. I come up out of the subway, and I'm like, okay, I understand the art here, but then I got a message from her, meet me by the butt plug gremlin, butt plug gnome. I'm like, okay, I know where you are. So we took a walk. We decided we would go to this little bookstore. Not really a store, it's a free library. Real libraries here are you have to pay for a monthly fee or a subscription. There are no free libraries, but this is a free bookstore, a Lees hall. And you can just take 4 or 5 books of certain kinds, and they don't expect you to bring them back. People donate books. And so I got to talk with the volunteers there, the vrijwilligers, and I start talking to them in Dutch, and they can tell I'm not super good at Dutch, but the one guy immediately dropped into English and said, "You speak really good Dutch." And so I went back to Dutch, and I said, "Why are you speaking to me in English?" And he goes, so it just turned on. That was such a funny experience. And you go into a restaurant, and we've had restaurants where the waiters don't speak Dutch at all. They speak English or Indian, Hindus, or we have a restaurant just beneath us that's a Thai place, Vietnamese place, and one gal was a Polish waitress. She didn't speak Dutch, spoke Polish and English, and then we had dinner there again last night, and the waitress was Asian descent, don't know what, but she said she only spoke English and Dutch.
And a little bit of Thai.
A little bit of Thai, but so I was talking in Dutch as much as I could. So you never know. People here are always like, it's weird. In our own town, we often go to places and no one speaks Dutch. In Rotterdam, and in Amsterdam, that's also true. But we saw that also in Groningen. All right. Well, that concludes today's interview. So an update. I thought it'd be nice just sit and tell you how's it going. So it's now, like I said, Friday. We have another week left. I think we leave next Saturday.
And the grocery stores.
The grocery stores are interesting.
Nothing is big like the U.S. Everything is small.
100 milliliters, 200 milliliters bottles of milk or stuff.
Small bottles of mayonnaise or whatever condiments. Cash.
Well, Albert Heijn requires content account or a Maestro card, which is a Dutch debit card, but it's different than a MasterCard. Other stores take the visas and stuff. A few of them don't. Smaller restaurants don't take regular Visa cards. I have enough euros in my pocket to take care of most things. But yeah, the little stores we're visiting are inner city stores. There are big grocery stores out in the suburbs, but we haven't stopped into one. So we'll find one along the way, I suppose, just to go wandering.
They don't sell a dozen eggs. They sell, the biggest carton they sell is 10.
Tens, and you saw and you don't refrigerate them here.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, that's true. You don't refrigerate.
So I've opened
either.
a carton of eggs. So like there are feathers on my eggs, and if you read the label, it says free range chicken. So
and each egg has a code number stamped on it.
Yeah, probably the date it was dropped. It came out of the chicken's ass. I don't know what that date is.
I don't know.
So you go into the store, you buy a half loaf of bread for a day or two, you buy some sausages or wurst, or
you don't put butter in the fridge.
Well, I don't put butter in the fridge at home either. If we're using it, it stays soft. So
well, yeah.
It's in the fridge in the grocery store. It's just normal butter. But prices, I don't really know. We don't buy in stores like this at home. It could be more expensive, so yogurt, cereals, breads, lunch meats, and that kind of stuff we have on hand. And so restaurants are often closed on Mondays here, which is kind of weird because they get supplies over the weekend, but then the suppliers don't come on Sunday, so the restaurants don't have food to sell on Monday or something. We don't know. We always just expect that we'll have to fend for ourselves. We haven't had a problem, but we're told we need to be aware that restaurants are not open on Mondays. All right, well, that's our report for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like.